This is a presentation of the Badlands Media Network. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen from Tallahassee, Florida. This is the Rattler Gator Report, episode 54. Today is March 30th, 2023, and I'm having to navigate a different little situation, and you know what that means. You can already tell, okay, he's got a little bit of a different setup, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And that also means I'm going to have to try and switch between screens to try and see the chat and what the heck y'all are talking about. So let me pull up that Badlands chat. Give me just a second as I ramble. Um, and welcome all of you to the show and tell you how much I appreciate you joining me. Don't have my cup of coffee right now. I've already gone to Gate down the street and had a big 24-ounce cup. So, yeah, I'm good to go on that score. And I can see that y'all can see me. Let me mute myself and let me check out the chat. Utah Money Mover rolling across the great state of Texas. Outstanding. Good morning, Nancy Patriot from New Jersey. Diana, good morning. Yeah, Eurythmic. Saudis enter trade alliance with China. Nations moving away. And listen, we're gonna ramble this morning. We're gonna have a conversational show, okay? But um, I wanted to talk a little bit about that, not dwell on it, but word warfare matters. Y- They're not moving away from the United States dollar. They're moving away from the Federal Reserve note. Okay? My opinion, and that's just specifics. Generically, moving away from, of course, the petrodollar, where everything moves in such a way where the globalists and the parasites are able to have much more impact on the world scene than what we're going to transition into. Utah Money Mover, here's the thing. What we have to understand about this move by Saudi Arabia, in my estimation, what we have to understand about this move is that's not a move that benefits, let's say, Russia and China or Russia and China. That is a move put in place by Team Trump. They happen to benefit like all the other nation states benefit, okay? That's how it makes sense. You're talking about Saudi Aramco and all these other kind of people and all like that. They're not driving the train. They're in, I don't wanna say the wake of this, ocean liner that's turning around, but something like that. That's, that's kind of my take on it. We'll see. We will see how it all plays out. Um, I wanna talk about something specific this morning, but I'll roll through your initial chats. Yes, O'Brien, I am in Tallahassee this morning. I have a physical this morning, and included in that physical is gonna be okay, here's what your A1C says, Mr. White, and, I'm sure, you know these doctors. Rap me on the knuckles. Bad boy. You gotta take this stuff seriously. Volume is up and down. Audio is what? Are you kidding? Um, let's see, what did I do on here? It looks right. It's probably my movement. Let me move this camera so that it's dead center. Yeah. This ought to help. I don't know how my breathing, exhaling, and all that good stuff is, going to be impacted, but, let's see. Yeah, looks good enough. Yeah, we're going back to the United States dollar, not the Federal Reserve note. Trump is bankrupting the Federal Reserve note central bank system. Might be wishful thinking on my part, but I think that's actually the real deal. Okay? And I've said before this informally. Okay, JoJo71, thank you. Yeah, I don't Utah Money Mover, I don't know that the companies that own the oil are American. Saudi Arabia is driving that train, along with these Emirates, and the OPEC crowd. Haven't studied it, that's my understanding. Um, Listen, what I want to talk about this morning, probably for the whole show, I don't know. I've been saying to you, we are in the middle of a technological revolution like the world has never seen in history. It's an incredible moment, and that was verified yesterday when a letter was written by a range of people, including Elon Musk, or at least he signed off on it, expressing great concern about this moment in history in the advance of artificial intelligence. And so what I want to do, OPEC OPEC's a cartel, it's not a company. You mm, you're making me wanna this weekend verify some of that. Um, if my audio is still a little weird, I don't know what to do. I could try and go to the webcam audio, but I don't wanna do that. Welcome, Cloud 200X. Um, Morning, Sunny 177. Um, yeah, I want to I want to read this. I'm hoping y'all will humor me this morning, um, because I think it's incredibly important, and I think people don't quite understand just how freaking important this is. And what I wanna do is um, plant this little seed. I expect there to be a lot of discussion this weekend. And on Monday, I'm going to want to revisit this. Um, and in fact, I created a little grid with a link. Oh boy, how am I gonna do this? With a Dropbox link to a document I created that you can use as something of a walkthrough, because I'm curious how you respond to this letter via the 23 principles they highlighted in the letter, okay? All stuff that we need to be conversant on. We need to be aware of here's where that community is concerned, and this is what they've generated. Now, of course, some of it, I think this is the benefit of us being totally removed from that environment, but hey, this is what they've put in front of us. And of course, one of my big points is that everything that Donald Trump is doing includes an educational component in there, so you, as an individual first sovereign, can have some kind of clue on what the heck we're talking about. As long as you do your own basic research, the responsibility is on you. And to me, Elon flows in that same vein. So that's what they've done with this letter. This letter is not put out, in my estimation, to force a 6-month pause, although that's what it says superficially, that's what it literally says. These people know there isn't gonna be a pause. They understand competition, and they understand businesses wanting that first mover advantage. They know the race is on. What they didn't expect is for there to be this quick advancement this fast, and so things happening exponentially so suddenly, and that's what has happened. So, I think they had planned on putting something out all along to generate a discussion in the general public with lawmakers, etcetera, nation states. They just didn't think it was gonna have to happen this fast, so now they rushed this out to generate a conversation, to not say, "Stop." They know damn well there's not gonna be a stop. They need that conversation to start in earnest. So we need to start that conversation in earnest, and that's what I'm doing this morning. I want to read to you the 7 paragraphs of this article titled "Pause Giant AI Experiments: An Open Letter." And they phrase it, "We call on all AI labs to immediately pause for at least 6 months training of AI systems more powerful than GPT-4." And it's GPT-4 that really freaked everybody out, in terms of what it's able to do, that they really can't understand that it's able to do more than they comprehended it was gonna be able to do, okay? So before I get to reading the letter, Good Morning Dewdrop, um, um, before I read it, I'm going to check one block if I can, and this is gonna be weirdly interesting this morning. Yeah, let me let me get back in the right channel. Not viewing you, but, controlling the show. Uh, my first ad going to be my pillow. Oh, Lord have mercy. And I didn't print out, uh, all the stuff, but what the hey. I'm gonna manage over processing. Ladies and gentlemen, did you know that when you go to the mypillow.com website and click on the radio/podcast, where your world will open up to tons of amazing specials? Yes, of course you know that. We've been reading this, and you've been following it, and you've been ordering it, and we greatly appreciate your patronage. So does my and My Pillow crowd. My Pillow is offering to our Badlands community great deals. Right now, you can save up to 80% on everything there with the promo code Badlands. Yes, you'll be able to find, as we've indicated before, the buy one, get one special for the incredible My Pillow 2.0. Right now, Mike is also giving us deals on his bathrobe closeout sale. Buy one, get one free on his Easy Sheet set. My slippers for as low as $49.98, and 40% off mattress toppers and My Pillow down blankets. Be sure to use the promo code Badlands to get your discount at mypillow.com. That's mypillow.com, promo code Badlands. Check that block, JB. All right. I want to take off, see if I can handle this today. Take off that dadgum thing. Go back to the chat, and Eurythmic, Elon's letter, subject to the great idea. Love to hear your take. Heard many people's take, and all are different. That's what's going to happen, bro. Or, Eurythmic, I'm not even sure if you're male or female. That's the thing about being online, and you make presumptions. Um, Wait a minute. This is garble. You tell me I need to switch out. All right. Give me 1 second to switch out the microphone. All right. Somehow it got muted. I don't know how. I don't know why, but you should hear me now. And because we are on a bit of a delay, I'm going to wait to just verify that it was muted. I don't know how it got muted, but what the hell? We're 20 minutes in. And I'm going to try and read this letter. And again, I want to say what I'm hoping to do, okay? Because it is important. I want to walk through these 7 paragraphs, okay, of this letter. And because I expect there to be a lot of discussion, uh, I'm going to put a link in the chat to a document I've already generated. You're going to probably need a Dropbox account. I don't quite know how this works. It's going to be a Dropbox link. And so you can copy and paste it. I don't know that you absolutely have to have a Dropbox link, but it's a grid. of these 7 paragraphs, and Monday, after you've had time to digest it, Monday, I'm gonna want to go back over this conversationally, on what do you think as first sovereigns, because this impacts all of us. It's important to all of us. It's not their thing. This is about us. And we have to know what the hell these concerns are. What do we think is bogus? And again, I don't think the purpose of the letter is as stated. It's just one of those things you have to do. This grabs the attention of the media. The media then ripples it out. The whole point is to have a discussion. They know there's not going to be a pause. Okay. So um, let me begin. And in fact, let me pull out the link before I start reading, so you can go ahead and copy and paste this link if you want. Um, mm, Gotta remember, I put it in the chat, my private chat. Uh, I'm gonna drop this link down in here just for your informational purposes. I hope it works. I don't quite know if this chat will let you click that link and take you to that document, presuming you've got everything you're gonna need to see the document. Good morning, American Nurse. Um, maybe I should. Well, let me just read the first paragraph, and we'll give you, in case some of you want to try and copy and paste that link. Paragraph number one: AI systems with human competitive intelligence can pose profound risk to society and humanity, as shown by extensive research and acknowledged by top artificial intelligence labs. As stated in the widely endorsed Similar AI Principles, titled Advanced AI could represent a profound change in the history of life on Earth, and should be planned for and managed with commensurate care and resources. Unfortunately, this level of planning and management is not happening, even though recent months have seen AI labs locked in an out of control race to develop and deploy ever more powerful digital minds that no one, not even their creators, can understand, predict, or reliably control. That's the opening paragraph. Okay, fantastic. So you can click it and download it. All right. So that's a good thing to know. 23 principles, and that document walks through that I gave you a link to, walks through those 23 principles. And it has a grid format so that you can, on your own, later today, this weekend, whatever, make notations, curiosities, concerns, thoughts on each one of those principles. That's what we're going to try and discuss on Monday. Okay, that's my intention. Um, because I think it's fascinating. I think it's informative. I think it provides an opportunity for you to do your own little research. Um, and this is the initial research. I itemized the 23 principles that they're talking about. They didn't lay it out in their letter. Again, you're going to have to do your own work. I did this for our little community. Click that link. You'll see the document, download it, and be ready. Be ready. Not the way I want to phrase it. Hopefully, we'll be able to have a good discussion on Monday after ingesting. I'm sure a range of people are going to be talking about this open letter straight through the weekend. Okay. Joe K. Here's the thing, that document is the itemized list of the principles they referenced, okay, in the first paragraph. It's not the first paragraph. The first paragraph that I'm reading from is from their actual letter. I'm gonna read there are 7 paragraphs in that actual letter. I just read paragraph number 1, okay? I'm gonna continue, let's see here. but, the better approach is to right now go ahead and check my second block on the ad. Yeah, Professor Alligator giving homework. It's not my intention. I'm just saying for those that are curious, and I want to jumpstart those that are curious. You know what, okay, you are right. I have it, up somewhere. Mm, it's a, the Future of Life Institute is the, people who put out the letter. Let me just go do another search for it, and I'll post it into the chat. Give me just a minute, gang. Uh, I've got the oh, hell. That's, I put the wrong one. All open letters is where I need to go. This is their most recent open letter, I do believe. Pause. Yes, here we go. You may have actually beat me to the punch. Ah, McCloskey. Thank you, Mark McCloskey. That's the link to the actual open letter that I'm reading from, in case you wanna see it for yourself. Um, Paragraph number 2. Actually, no, I did say I wanted to do the ad, didn't I? Let me not confuse myself and, do that ad. It's for Benson Honey.
Benson Honey Farms delivers raw honey straight from the hive to your table. It is their mission to provide you the best raw honey at the lowest prices possible. By not pasteurizing, overheating, or filtering their honey, Benson Honey Farms ensures that all of its natural pollen and enzymes stay in the honey for maximum health benefits. So cut out the middleman and go straight to the source. Visit BensonHoneyFarms.com and use the rep code BADLANDS to place your order today. That's BensonHoneyFarms.com, rep code BADLANDS.
All right. So I checked block number 2. We are at paragraph 2 of the Future of Life Institute open letter to the planet, basically. Here's paragraph number 2. Contemporary systems are now becoming human competitive at general tasks. And we must ask ourselves, should we let machines flood our information channels with propaganda and untruth? Should we automate away all the jobs, including the fulfilling ones? Should we develop non-human minds that might eventually outnumber, outsmart, obsolete, and replace us? Should we risk loss of control of our civilization? Such decisions must not be delegated to unelected tech leaders. Powerful artificial intelligence systems should be developed only once we are confident that their effects will be positive and their risks will be manageable. This confidence must be well justified and increase the magnitude of a system's potential effects. OpenAI's recent statement regarding artificial general intelligence states that at some point it may be important to get independent review before starting to train future systems, and for the most advanced efforts to agree to limit the rate of growth of compute used for creating new models. We agree that point is now. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the real deal. Right now, alarms are being sounded. Um, gotta think back to my guy Rumsfeld and that perfect distillation he made about unknown. And what has scared people is that unknown unknowns are humongous here, and they don't see a way. I mean, I think they honestly don't see a way to mitigate the unknown unknowns. So, I mean, you really do run the risk of opening opening a door for the demon, so to speak, you know? They recognize fire that may be staring them in the face, a conflagration that may be staring them in the face. It is an existential threat for real, and, it is something to be concerned about because we understand our nature as human beings, these folks included. You've watched this Sam Altman guy. I don't trust that guy. Some of you may not trust Elon Musk. I trust Elon a hell of a lot more than Sam Altman guy, and the Sam Altman guy is driving the train right now on OpenAI. Sam Altman, the guy that deviated away from the principles they initially set up for OpenAI, which should be of great concern. The fact that Elon walked away and is displeased with what they are now doing should tell you something. It speaks loudly to me, and, I don't trust Microsoft. Um, I've been sitting here talking to you about the corporatist industrial complex. We all see what these corporations have done to us vis-a-vis this scamdemic. Their enforcement of a narrative that was obviously bogus at the outset. We cannot trust them. And, how do we how do we deal with that? It's a very serious issue. It's gonna take, I think especially from people of faith, um, it's not gonna be sufficient to fall back on some platitude, to fall back and say, "Okay, no, we can not go any further," because that's not an option. Humanity is going to go forward on this path. Know that. So the question is beyond do not go forward. They're going to go forward, and, we've gotta be ready, when they do that, and of course, something else too, it plays into part of why I think Donald Trump has a multi-layered approach to, what's going on, to, how he is engaging in this controlled demolition of the old Federal Reserve note central bank system. He understands nation state competition. I've said to you many times, my biased position, we are that one, the United States of America, and everyone else is envious of our position. You just have to understand that. Now, at this moment in history, would you prefer to have China with these technological revolutions? Would you prefer to have Russia with these technological revolutions? I think you know the answer. But that's where we are, and, we as a nation, and which means you as a sovereign individual participating in this nation, we're gonna have to drive this train on how we navigate the path forward, because we there are going to be some serious bad actors move forward as rapidly as they can. Paragraph number 3, therefore, given the points made in paragraph number 2, and they agree that the point is now that we must engage in this discussion. Therefore, we call on all AI labs to immediately pause for at least 6 months the training of AI systems more powerful than GPT-4. This pause should be public and verifiable and include all key actors. If such a pause cannot be enacted quickly, governments should step in and institute a moratorium. Now, if you understand people, if you understand our sinful nature, you know point 3 is, come on, what the hell are we talking about? Governments can perpetrate and come in and try and talk about a moratorium. How in the hell are governments gonna enforce this so-called moratorium? I don't have any faith in that. But, before, time gets too far, I wanna be cognizant of it. I wanna get back and check your, um, chat. Richard Rohr. Google had to disconnect its AI because it was communicating with another AI with a language only the AI systems could understand, locking the human creators out of the conversation. Find that doubtful. That sounds like fear that people put out. I don't know that. I mean, I hear you. My healthy skepticism says, and I always rely initially on my healthy skepticism. I'm doubtful of that. Zoom, zoom. I haven't recovered from the shock. It's just I would not have, expected Patrick to go down that hole, okay? I'm not gonna get back into that, but yeah. Is that what ChatGPT said? Or it well, Brian 96, I'm responding to you. Stephen Hawkins warned about AI, that we could lose control of it, and ChatGPT has said humans will destroy themselves and AI will help. I think, again, correct me if I'm wrong, that was ChatGPT relaying something it has pulled from the internet where someone has opined that this is what will likely happen. This is what ChatGPT does. It pulls, it scrapes from the internet, it collates, and then it presents. That's, that's my understanding. OK89, I am relying on you. Um, absolutely relying on you and others. Check it out. Bring to this conversation on Monday discussion points. Um, yeah, Pandora is about to open the jar. We're at that moment. This is why I say, why not us? Who is my camera off? No, okay. Who better than us be positioned by God Almighty to meet this moment? Who? So let's be up to the challenge. And, knowledge is what we seek. Mm, um, not all knowledge. We understand the limits of this realm, but we have to make ourselves knowledgeable about the moment in order to meet the moment. Our instincts, to pay attention to our instincts, but I don't know that we can be slaves to our instincts. Some of us have to dig, and those of us who are not involved specifically in this work, but understand something about the machinations of nation states, bureaucracies, human frailty, all of that's coming into play like it has never in our lifetime. That's why it's not a feeling of doom, it's a feeling of seriousness. Point 4 from their letter. AI labs and independent experts should use this pause to jointly develop and implement a set of shared safety protocols for advanced AI design and development that are rigorously audited and overseen by independent outside experts. Protocols should ensure that systems adhering to them are safe beyond a reasonable doubt. This does not mean a pause on AI development in general, merely a stepping back from the dangerous race to ever larger, unpredictable black box models with emergent capabilities, and those are the 2 words that should give you pause. Emergent capabilities. This is just scared the hell out of people, um, because these folks are control freaks. These people pushing the edges of technological discovery tend to be control freaks. That's not a bad thing. And how do I say this? In my marriage, I would explain to people, my wife is a hellified control freak. She was professionally trained to be a theater director. You have to be a control freak, the blocking, the lighting, everything, the setting to be able to deliver the performance. You have to be something of a control freak. Now, I'm something of a control freak, but my ego says I'm a self-aware control freak. I do not have to be driving the train all the time. If left to my own devices, I will drive the train. But if somebody else feels like, okay, they really need to, they want to, they're better situated, okay, all right, show me. But, and that's one reason why I did this move largely by my damn self, and why I was so damn exhausted. I was like, "Okay, I gotta turn that loose. I can't. I'm too old to, physically be doing all of that stuff." Damn thing wiped me out. Um, Point number 5, ladies and gentlemen, on this open letter. AI research and development should be refocused on making today's powerful, state-of-the-art systems more accurate, safe, interpretable, transparent, robust, aligned, trustworthy, and loyal. Do y'all start to see the problem here? Um, Man, these guys, I don't know. I don't know. These guys, it's written like academics, um, that, are a little bit detached from the real world to me. That's how some of this stuff reads to me. Let's see, chat. Yeah, Mark Mikowski. Mm, we need to vote for the AI that's open source, meaning able to read the code, and decentralized. We will know it by its fruits. This is gonna be the problem. And you see, this is the problem with Elon's original approach, and this is probably what led Sam Altman down the path of money. Um, when you say you're moving forward, essentially engaging in an act of philanthropy for the world, that's what OpenAI, as Elon conceived it. It was gonna be an act of philanthropy for the world. Now, when you have nation states like China, and you're doing open source, think about what the hell that means. You are gifting to a nation state that is a mafioso. We can talk all kinds of yang about what the hell we got going on here and what this globalist elite is. Look, that is leap apart from what the hell they have going on in China, actually in Russia too, in my estimation. Leagues apart. We're talking about least bad, but you do open source and you drop it in their lap, that's what you're talking about doing? I don't know, that doesn't seem to fly to me. That's a real big problem, it seems to me. This is the challenge for those of us who do believe God wins, because it is not without trial and tribulation. No, sir, buddy. And we are at a serious moment of trial and tribulation. Um, yeah, are in a spiritual battle. It's going to split us, and you can already see it's gonna be difficult to try and stay on the straight and narrow, to even know what the straight and narrow is. It's gonna be difficult. It's an incredible moment. Yeah, sometimes we lead and sometimes we support, and to then be able to know, to discern those moments, Joe, you know, that's the challenge. Um, I believe Richard, I believe skunk work the discussion about skunk works is accurate. I believe America has an unassailable lead because of skunk works, and I think that's part of the battle that's been going on between these factions, that have been, working against Team Trump. I believe that's why Team Trump decided he had no other choice but to run in 2016. We were that close to absolute disaster with the technology that was about to come online and the kind of people who we were gonna have in governmental lead. We were at a moment, um, and I do believe you see, here's the thing, Richard, God did create the greatest supercomputer ever, but you have to understand, that supercomputer is generating an alternate computer, and we operate off of on-the-job training. We put our computer to use through this on-the-job training that we see, we reason through, we test, and we move forward. This thing exponentially is able to pull in all of our documented intelligent advances, do a processing that's far beyond what we're capable of. It seems. Again, my faith says there are approaches we are ignorant of. There are capabilities we're ignorant of, and it will be revealed. I have faith, but I do not want to underestimate this challenge. I think that's the worst thing we can do. We have to understand this challenge, and we already know many of the people involved in this race do not have faith. They don't recognize the challenge. Some of this is what has unnerved them because it does push them towards faith, but they are resistant. You know that, I know that. Okay. Point number 6. Did I just read point number 6? I'll read it again. I'm confused. In parallel, AI developers must work with policymakers to dramatically accelerate development of robust AI governance systems. These should, at a minimum, include new and capable regulatory authorities dedicated to AI, oversight and tracking of highly capable AI systems and large pools of computational capability, provenance and watermarking systems to help distinguish real synthetic track model leaks, robust auditing and certification ecosystem, liability for AI caused harm, robust public funding for technical AI safety research, and well-resourced institutions for coping with the dramatic economic and political disruptions, especially to democracy, that AI will cause. That just go ahead and finish point number 7. Humanity can enjoy a flourishing future with AI. Having succeeded in creating powerful AI systems, We can now enjoy an artificial intelligence summer in which we reap the rewards, engineer these systems for the clear benefit of all, and give society a chance to adapt. Society has hit pause on other technologies with potentially catastrophic effects on society. We can do so here. Let's enjoy a long AI summer, not rush unprepared to a fall. Yeah, I don't think that's possible. Um, I don't think they believe that's possible. Again, I believe this was written because the exponential leap forward has occurred faster than they thought, which should tell you something because these people understand exponentials, and it has still occurred faster than they thought. This is put out there for normies. This is put out for the general public in the world. Say, y'all need to start having a conversation about this because this impacts y'all. Everybody needs to be talking about this and thinking about this, and only from our combined intelligence. It's almost like what these AI models do. We're gonna have to do something of the same thing in little mini micro groups like this one, Rattlegator Report. Those of us who will join me on Monday, we need to be thinking a little bit about this, opining about some of these points, because I think some of you are going to certainly agree with me. Yeah, that ain't happening. Given that it's not gonna happen, okay, then what? Because we still have to deal with the reality of what this is. It's an incredible race that's ongoing in view for the most part here in the United States with these companies. But you can bet your bottom dollar the race is ongoing in China, the race is ongoing in Russia, the race is ongoing in India. So, there are not, a limited amount of players in this realm engaged in this. Presume all nation states with the capability are in fact engaged in this race. Another train derailment. LJE Mag, is that real? The Navy Admiral story, this is something you heard, or have we been able to verify that? ChatGPT, I've played with it and said to y'all, some of my Substack, I've said, "Look, I'm using ChatGPT, some of the stuff, it is phenomenal." Telling you, I saw some stuff the other day, time is gonna get away from me, and thinking about what I've been engaged with here with my wife, watching these kids come up through theater, seeing some of them go on to prominence, but I saw something where they've got systems now, text to video. If you've got an idea in your head and you can lay out something of a beginning, middle, and end structure with characters identifying all that, the damn thing can not only write a basic script, they can present via video characters, conjure up the characters who act out the text. That's incredible. I just blown away with how incredible that is, and it's an indication of how exponentially fast this technology is growing and why these people are so scared. If there's any kind of a control freak within you, you know what that means. That means that's already been happening. You've probably already been ingesting some stuff, total fakery, through video and didn't even know it. For instance, and this is just a hypothetical, because if they can do that, This is a hypothetical to think about. What if they have totally faked these Nazi Azov battalions in Ukraine? I've told you, I don't believe there are Nazis in Ukraine, the way people have bought this story. If there were Nazis in Ukraine, the Lithuanians would be afraid of them. They're not. Poles would be afraid of them. They're not. Have they faked all of that Azov stuff? I just there's no way to know, given that they can generate text to video right freaking now. People have been sitting out there saying, "We're watching a script. Enjoy the movie." Oh my god. Think back on Skunk Works. Were we subjected to movies before Donald Trump even became president of the United States? Were we subjected to movies designed to herd us into a certain reality? Man, people, there is so much loose in the world. You've got to be very concerned because how do we catch up in terms of discernment if we're a visual species, and we are, the visual element, because we've been trained to watch this box, the screen, that is our reality, and we totally accept it. In the world of theater, they talk about, your letting go of your disbelief. Come in to be entertained, and you accept what you see, fully experience what you see. You let go of that disbelief. Has that been taken advantage of through this box? That we all, in one form or another, uh, is it too much to say we're all slaves to it in one form or another? Is that too much to say? When I saw that text to video discussion of what the guy was saying they are able to do right now, I think that's when it really hit home to me, the totality of everything. How do you know what's real? It's not just pictures. You're talking about Photoshop. Video, the entire video can be realistically faked. Oh my goodness. Um, um, Kinship, send me that link, JB. I'm not sure what we're talking about, kinship. Um, yeah, Amy B103. What I'm saying, understand what I mean when I say there are not Nazis in Ukraine. Do you think there are Nazis in the MAGA movement? These people on the left wing will tell you that we're full of Nazis. We are not. That's what I'm saying about Ukraine. They do not. They have faked. This is before I even saw that text to video stuff. I was 100% certain they have faked. It's very easy for people to get Confederate flags and place it somewhere, and your mind trained you, Pavlovian style. You the Russians insist there are all these Nazis in Ukraine. Okay, damn it. If there are Nazis in Ukraine, there's a hell of a lot of Nazis in Russia. How about that? Does that work? It's just it's ridiculous to me. It's just ridiculous. That's what I'm saying. You don't get discernment from the Russia and Ukraine conflict by talking about Nazis as if Nazis from the Wehrmacht are operational in Ukraine. That's ridiculous. Yeah. Look, the Germans were the straw that stirred the drink. You have to understand that. The Russians talk all of this stuff about their heroic stuff in World War II. They couldn't have done a damn thing against the Germans without us. Our Lend-Lease gave them all kinds of they couldn't have done a damn thing against the Germans. Without us, the Germans would be ruling this planet right now. Yeah, you understand Max Cooper said, "You gotta understand what they've done with the Azov. That's real. The fakery is the Nazi stuff that's been dropped in there." You know, you can take symbols that you say are Nazi, and if you take your ass to India, you will see that is not a Nazi symbol. The fakery is off the charts. Okay. I'm we had a rough tech day. I apologize for that. Um, I think I forgot to check some blocks, so I'm gonna do that here on the tail end. I hope y'all, forgive me for that, and, understand that, we do need to patronize our, sponsors. First up will be my friend Kirk Elliott.
Silicon Valley Bank debacle demonstrated just how fragile our banking system can be. We don't know what the future holds, but history has shown us that physical gold and silver are a reliable store of value to protect your wealth. Don't let fear of the unknown paralyze you. Take the first step towards securing your financial future. Reach out to Kirk and his team at kirkelliottphd.com/badlands. That's kirkelliottphd.com/badlands.
All right, and next up, we're going to, close out with Furman Equipment, sponsors of our Great American Restoration Tour in Chandler, Arizona. I want to, um, read to you our presentation. The Great American Restoration Tour is just a few weeks away, and we want to thank our friends at Furman Power Equipment for sponsoring our first event in Chandler, Arizona, April 20th through the 23rd. There's still time to get your in-person or virtual tickets at badlandsmedia.net. Whether you're a weekend warrior who loves to camp and RV, you're a business owner who needs power at a job site, or perhaps a farmer or a tailgater, Furman has the right generator to travel with you. Furman generators deliver quality power on demand. Badlands Media is powered by Furman, and you should be too. Use discount code Badlands at checkout for 17% off your order. That's FurmanPowerEquipment.com with discount code Badlands at checkout for 17% off your order. Okay. Now, with that, and I remove that, and I say to you, okay, I got to get ready to get out of here and go get my physical done. I hope to see you bright and early tomorrow morning. I do hope we take this artificial intelligence challenge seriously and optimistically. There's a lot to be concerned about. Need not be fearful. Okay? Later, Gators. I will talk.